Welcome to the law firm of Davis and Davis. We're not a real law firm. Go ahead, grab a beer, a glass of wine, sit back and listen.
I guess Scott felt the Microsoft rant coming on. That's good.
That's a great picture.
God, that is fucking ugly.
By the guy from the Howard Stern show, he kind of reminds me of him.
By the way,
Baba
we
Booey.
do swear. Baba Booey. We do swear.
Do I need to show a video?
Yeah?
That would be
All right,
swell.
Yeah, we want to see you.
Well, I got to put clothes on then.
Not that
Yes, you do.
I just had visions in my head.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't want to have them.
It's his birthday.
I mean because
it is his birthday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Jordan is like 7'9". He's a really tall guy.
The trees in the background are actually real size to him, and
Yeah.
I mean when Jordan and I go to casinos and stuff, he always texts me. He always texts me, "Hey, where are you?" And I said,
What?
just look over the machine.
his camera is 6 foot off the floor, and we're still looking up his nose. So.
That's what it is. You're still looking up for me.
Try
I'm so tall.
chair somewhere.
Happy birthday, jackass!
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Happy birthday, dude! I don't know you, but happy birthday.
So everyone knows down in the lower. Well, I don't know where they are.
Nobody's watching this. It's just a podcast, for fuck's sake.
We have Jordan Hewitt, a la Jackass. We have Richard the Whore,
Hey.
the Whore.
The horror.
We have
Capital T, damn it.
we have Brother Burke, the monk from Akron, and we have myself.
Oh, there's the camera.
But you didn't know where the camera was?
No.
Man, I love
It's got a little light.
Camera guy? Like, I don't know.
It's right. The camera's right there, just so you know. It's right there.
So
Right there.
so Burke
Is
and
that
I record our podcast every Tuesday, and we
Yeah.
record for about 5 hours. We record 2 shows at one time.
Mhm.
And
4 to 5, yeah.
4 to 5 hours.
Get about 10 minutes of content out of that, but there's a lot of drinking involved.
But
Oh God.
it is the same format as the Show Tech Show. As a matter of fact, I took your paperwork that you had for the Show Tech Show.
I
And
stole
I was like-
it from a TV news program I worked on in the early 20th century. So
Let's see. It says something to the effect of intro, Scott. What are we drinking?
take it word for word. Yeah. Welcome
we-
to another episode of the shit.
Yeah, we took that whole format and turned it into a website. Man, we got a whole section for what are we drinking, and oh yeah.
So I figured, since it is Jackass's birthday,
That
and
is- there
and
he
the
is.
and the show,
Hey.
oh yes,
Jackass and Coke. Look at this guy.
Yes. Jackass and Coke.
So Mr. Hewitt, the Jackass is drinking the Jack and Coke tonight. As I said,
Well, it's starting out with this. I have some others.
I am drinking Bailey's and coffee along with beer. And I'm not going to name the beer that I'm drinking because I've only done one show last month, so you can guess that it was cheap ass beer. Burke is doing the Towpath vodka
From Akron, Ohio, of all places, and it doesn't suck. It's kind of weird.
Is it going straight or?
No, I'm doing a martini. I'm actually doing a full blown. Well, it's a martini on the rocks. I've got some fairly decent vermouth and must have green olives because gotta have green olives for a martini.
Of course. And the whore is drinking a craft beer. What are you drinking?
It's a Coney Island Merman IPA.
Merman.
So appropriate
Right.
for you, the merman. The merman.
Merman. Also had some Buffalo Trace
Mm,
Ooh, that
on
looks good.
that looks tasty.
backup.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
the correct answer. Good job.
So, have you guys ever heard of Brewmates?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Brewing.
Brewmates is one of our sponsors that's not really a sponsor. It's kind of like
Coleman
Kinda
Cooler.
like-
Cooler.
where is it? Where's the
Coleman Cooler.
Oh, I didn't get the sound drops. Yeah. I love that. You just co-opt a sponsor. You're sponsoring my show now. And if they don't send you a cease and desist, it's true.
They wouldn't even send us a sticker. Like I asked, like send me anything. I don't care. Just we love your shit. And then they're like, yeah, we're good. Yeah, fine.
we don't
We're
need you.
just gonna keep on calling your name.
So I do not have any of the drops from our old show.
You'll fix it in post. It's fine. Editing, he says. That's fun.
It's for pussies.
Do it live.
But we here at the Davis and Davis show have our own
So what I'm gonna do is piss and moan like an impotent jerk and then bend over and take it up the tailpipe!
we have our own little
Group of goodies.
Yeah, we the studio has expanded here, and I have to give a lot of the credit to this to the whore and Jackass, because
We were Pathfinders, gentlemen.
Hey, high five.
because the whore was totally into as many drops as you could do. And then Jordan was like, we got to figure out a way to do this from our phones. Hey guys, we got to do this from our phones, man.
I mean, we're just inching up on being the same as like every morning radio show in the area here.
I said, surprisingly, the Davis and Davis show is already monetized, which actually cracks me up, because I got a thing in my email the other day saying, you've been paid, you've earned 61 cents.
Yeah.
You rock.
Thank you very much. That will definitely take care of the bills.
I'm gonna pay off my house with my 30.5 cents.
It's a slow burn. You got to get there.
So I promised Jackass that I would not mention.
How does his camera follow him? I want to know how that works. He gets up and the camera follows him. He sits down.
Well, he's got a camera that runs through a program.
No, it's
Oh,
an
no.
iPad.
Oh, so it just follows
Yeah,
you
it's
around.
the iPad,
That's cool.
I think it takes the wide angle lens and just shifts it with you.
No, nice.
I
Dude,
don't like it,
He's the only one out of the four of us that are stupid enough to pay $4,000 for a computer.
Oh, but it's worth it.
Till he gets hacked.
Trust me on that. It's totally worth it. With all the great on flights and everything, I don't have to bring out the big wonky MacBook Pro.
Like Burke said, until you get hacked.
That was Rick.
That's my 30-year-old SBC email account. SBCglobal.net. That tells you a lot.
That's your burner account that you give to Scott.
Exactly. Send me that email. It's going to hack your email now.
So the horror used to. I was never a big fan of drones.
Drones.
Because I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist and believe that the drones will take over the world. You don't happen to have that video handy, do you?
I don't know if I can share, but I bet.
No, I'm trying to look for it.
Hold on. Hold on. I can make it so that you can share.
Like what?
There-
Birds aren't real or what? What are you talking about?
Yeah, tell us about your conspiracy theories, and I'll see if I can look up the.
So I have even back then I was huge on these conspiracy theories, mainly because I kept meeting crazier and crazier people and realized that I do believe Vladimir Putin is planting them, kind of like Redhead from Fredericksburg. Come on back now, come on, come on, come on. Ease it back, ease it back. You're good. You're good.
Oh, God.
We should go do lunch now. Anyways,
So many painful.
you don't have it, do you?
I'm looking on YouTube.
You know, I will send you. I will send
That's
this
on
to you.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's embedded.
It's on
in
YouTube.
the episode, so
It's embedded.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. I mean, it's part of an episode, so.
Well, needless to say, that he did a montage of these drones flying to send in the clowns, and it was absolutely brilliant. I have
Yes. Yes. Stand by. All right. I'll share it now. Wait. Yes.
It has to be. I think I created a Google account for Showtech Show with all the files on it.
Do I need to do anything special to share video on this with sound? or-
We're looking at it, so go ahead, hit play.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're good.
Isn't it rich? Are we up there? Me here at last on the ground, and you in there. Send in the drones.
Oh, that's tough.
So every episode that we would do something about drones, he would
Touching.
play this, knowing that drones annoy the fuck out of me.
Yeah, and it would, sometimes it was a planned segment. Usually it was just Jordan started talking about drones, and we, oh, wait, hold on.
I'll play it.
Hold on.
Run the bumper.
Now here's the fucking stupid ass thing about this whole thing. I said on one of our casts way back in the day, drones have nothing to do with me. They have nothing to do with lights. They're never going to have anything to do with lights.
Oh, no.
I have absolutely no freaking reason to want to like drones, to want to love drones, to use drones. And then all of a sudden, everyone is doing drone shows.
Yeah, it's, just for sheer popularity.
I was like, this
Drone guy, but yeah. New hotness, right?
Oh shit! Sorry.
I'm gonna retire. I'm gonna retire, man. Fuck it. I don't need to fight with drones.
I got a guy at work who honestly believes that all birds are drones. So
All right.
So this is Jordan's birthday, and I totally 100% decided that we were going to sit back for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and just talk about what we have done with the Jackass.
Yeah.
The things that we have done with the Jackass, including shows, at the Arlington Music Hall, where I do believe that both of you guys were follow spot operators for me.
Yes.
I think one time I did that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe that it was in the background that I heard Jordan scream, Scott threw his headset off.
Yep, that was it.
I can't imagine
See,
you ever doing
I
that. Come on.
I was the spotlight operator above your lighting console, and I'm just watching you. All of a sudden, you just rip your headset down, throw it on your console, and just like almost sit down in your chair and just sit there. I'm like, he's pissed. What do we do, Richard?
Hey guys,
Well, I'm
I
doing the
don't
follow
think he's
spot.
coming back.
And then you see producers running up the aisle from downstairs, and then like the I don't know if I should say his name. Can I say his name?
Yeah, go ahead.
Andrew.
I'll
Andrew.
put it up.
I'll just stop right there. Andrew running up, and he runs past me down the steps in the balcony, right to the console with one of the producers, and just sitting there going like, "Oh, Richard, what are we doing? What are we doing now?" We have no lighting director.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't gonna walk off the show, but I had to take a second to kind of calm down.
Oh,
You didn't like black out the show or anything. You're just like, I'm just gonna take
No.
it.
I'm gonna
No,
take.
it's good.
I need a minute.
I
Just give me a second.
put the light board in automatic, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit back for a second. But literally, Andrew made it up to me in what 10 seconds from Jordan going. He threw his headset off. I think he's pissed.
Yeah. I mean, it basically.
Are we allowed to smoke in here? What's he doing?
What's going on? I say it's a good thing that you stayed there and didn't walk off the show, but sometimes it's always best in that type of moment to just take your stuff away from the environment. If that causes you taking your headset off, so be it.
Well, you
decompress. Yeah,
that's exactly what I did. But the minute that Jordan got on the headset and went, he took his headset off. He's pissed. Everyone went nuts, man. I was just like,
producers exclamation mark went off over his head.
We're all on in production role. Usually, you have different party lines. You know, you'll have a video party line, you have a camera party line, you have, lighting and staging and producers. I think we are all on one big, huge ass party line. And so I'm hearing Scott over the line. I'm like, he took his headset off. I think he's pissed.
We could only
That's not home right now. If you'd like to leave a message.
Yeah, just let us know what needs to happen.
Brian Green was the director of the show.
We were all like subs of subs on that show, which is why I think we all had our own.
I have a story about him.
That was where like with that show, the hardest part for me was the fact that I had 5 different bosses, and I finally said to Andrew,
"Wait a minute, Peter. Are you saying you have 5 different bosses?"
Right? Yeah.
Where
it's life.
Oh shit. My shit's not working again. What did you guys do? Oh,
we're back. We're good.
It's the hacker on my SBC account.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do is PC load letter. What the fuck does that mean?
That's what I was trying to do after. So Andrew comes up to me, and I have to go and fix things between Brian Green and myself. Brian Green owned Green HD, which owned a bus called.
He didn't own it.
Hang on.
Operated a bus.
He operated a bus called HDMC1, which was
when you own something, nobody comes back and takes it from you because you pay bills.
I hate when that happens.
So I go out to HDMC1 and proceed to talk to him for a half an hour about how things were going and all that. And literally his answer was, if Andrew tells you to do anything, fucking don't do it. Just listen to me. And I went, okay. Now at least I know where I need to direct my attention. And the rest of the show turned out great.
Yeah.
Once
I mean,
Once
what
we took Andrew out of the equation, it was done. It was
That's about,
are 4 of your
that's
5
about, that's about every
bosses?
show.
Now, as I said, this is Jordan's birthday, so I'm bringing up things that Jordan will remember, like Fredericksburg.
Yeah. This is your origin story, right?
No,
was-
Fredericksburg is going to be the Richard Horse story. I may actually
I don't remember the story, so I don't know. Regale me.
I may actually let Jackass himself explain the story, because
Story time.
I will laugh all the way through holding your hair out of the toilet.
Well, I don't remember that because I
I
wasn't in the
remember
room with you guys, but I was in the next room over, and my roommate, because on Andrew's kind of gigs, he put you in rooms with people to save budget. But I remember the show was done. We were basically had to tear down the next morning, but we were like, let's go party with the clients at the Red Baron. Was it the Red Baron or the Red Barn or something like that?
That was right. Yeah, no, I think it was Red
Baron or something like Red Baron. Yeah.
It was
So-
basically a barn. So maybe
Fredericksburg was it's just like it wasn't like a classy bar in the city. This was a dive bar. And it was just basically we're just buying beers, buying drinks, buying Goldschlager and everything else.
Goldschlager.
At least everything was cheap, I would assume. So
Yeah, it was cheap.
we would
beers,
too.
cheap
I
drinks.
don't know who settled up that bill, but
Thank you, Andrew.
Well, I was going to say it wasn't us that paid the big bill.
But here's the funny part about it was when right before we're headed out, I'm in the parking lot, and Andrew comes up to me because he's paying us before that night or something like that, paying us all, or he paid me that night. And he says, "Now, Jordan, the other guys, they're going to go out and party and drink tonight. You don't have to. You can just stay here and be good." I'm like, all right, thanks. I will let you know. But so basically went drank till I think the bar closed, and we couldn't drive home.
Hey, hang on.
Couldn't drive back to the hotel.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Mark
why
Neese.
was that?
There was Mark Neese. There was the whore, Jordan, myself. Who was the other guy? Who was the guy that kept buying the Goldschlager?
Richard?
No, big.
No. I kept drinking it. I didn't buy it.
No, Jason Van Gordon.
Yeah.
Jason.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. Jason Van Gordon kept buying Okay, here's
Yeah.
the only reason I'm bringing this up is that my bill was $75.
Yeah.
His bill was like $260.
Yeah, that
at
track.
a dive bar, that's impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Like
But
for
when you're buying,
$2 or something.
You're buying 12 people Goldschlagers. Not everybody's drinking Goldschlager, so sometimes we're doing doubles.
It wasn't
by the
just
end of the night.
Van Gordon or whatever the hell his name was. He
Jason,
kept buying.
yeah.
He kept buying the entire bar
Oh shit!
rounds of Goldschlager. And I was like, dude, how much money did you make off of Andrew this weekend? He goes, $300. How much did you spend at the bar? $275.
That guy was living the dream. Like that's how this is supposed to work. You mean I get a place to live for 3 days and my bar tab is paid?
Now, Jason was not living the dream, but Mark Neese was. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit that name out because his wife probably doesn't want to know.
You could just edit the last. You could just edit the last name out. Just keep the first name. First name.
Dude, I'm telling you,
That'll be fine.
he ends.
There's a lot of Marks in the world.
He ends up sleeping with the hottest girl from.
Oh come on! Now you definitely gonna have to fucking edit this shit out.
Which pissed off my roommate because my roommate was wanting to sleep with the girl.
So
you
this
guys
is
are like mixing up shows now. Like this was part of our.
Oh, that was all Fredericksburg.
no, that was Fredericksburg.
Yes, that was Fredericksburg. If Harvin was here, he would say the same thing.
So
he was because he basically Harvin had to sit out by the pool while his roommate Mark was doing the deed, planting the seed, and
See, I had
he's
no.
out there.
This is what happens when you let strange men at bars feed you Goldschlager. Continue.
So I think we need to.
Lesson learned.
I think we need to go a little bit more in depth with this story. We stayed at the Red Baron, and it was the Red Baron, guys. We stayed there until it closed.
Yeah,
Not a
yeah,
sponsor.
yeah.
Just to be clear, they're not a sponsor of this episode.
Well, and here's the thing: a lot of the group left, but there's still some of us and Jason that stayed there
There were
and drink
four
until
of
it
us.
closed.
There were four of us that stayed until it closed. Jason Van Gordon.
Yep.
Richard Hoare.
Me.
Jackass. And the ultimate dickhead, myself. Now, our hotel room is how many miles away from the bar?
I would say a mile and a half.
What?
You could see it from the parking lot. You could have seen it from the parking lot.
Didn't
But
we walk to the bar from the like
You
I
could
thought
walk
that
through a
was
long field of snakes and spiders.
no, it was
Rick,
a
you
mile.
couldn't because you were so drunk you couldn't focus. It's
no,
okay.
like that's what was
Exactly.
funny to me. I remembered walking
Ding! Ding!
Walking-
There it is.
from the hotel to the bar, and at the end of the night, we felt like we couldn't navigate that journey back, and it wasn't like
Well,
you know
that's what
miles.
that's
It
what
was like a 5-minute walk. It wasn't like it was like down the street.
It was a straight shot, and you couldn't do it.
That's
Did not have the equipment necessary to
that's what it
navigate.
was.
But after that night, we're like, no, we're gonna need a ride. Who do we need a ride from, guys?
After what was it 12 beers each and 3 gold sluggers, the mile is going to take.
I'm gonna tell
We
you
might have
right.
got lost.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm a professional alcoholic, and I was so drunk that I saw like clown shoes.
Oh, they existed.
On his
They
feet.
existed.
I had a fuzzy memory of that myself, and I thought the next day I was like, nah, that clearly.
So
Someone showed me a photo, and I was like, oh my god.
That's what inspired.
Oh, crap,
that's what
that did
inspired
happen?
Richard,
Yeah.
That's what inspired Richard to do the "Send in the Drones" song with "Send in the Clowns." Once he saw those shoes, send in the
So-
clowns.
So we're at the bar, and the owner looks at us and he's like, "Hey, you guys are pretty well hammered. I'll drive you back to your hotel." I said, "Okay. We are all into this." So we all pile into a big old Cadillac. We drive
Like a
home.
limo, right? Like
It was like a limo
Good.
Cadillac, and
Yeah.
he was like, "Well, this is my part-time job." I said, "Oh, that's cool." So we get to the hotel. He gets out of the limo, and he's got red clown shoes on. I am not talking about little red clown shoes.
No,
I am
full
talking
clown
about
shoes.
a 1.5 foot long clown shoe, and
that
so
ride
drove with it.
could have gone so bad.
I
Drove
sat back.
with it.
I sat back. I was like, "Damn, dude, we gotta take a picture with this."
I wish I could find that picture.
So he put his foot in the middle of all of our feet, and we took a photo, and it was great. I take Richard upstairs.
Oh, we forgot how Jason wanted to buy
hold
those
on.
clown shoes.
Oh, that is true. Jason Van
So
Gordon.
he's going to give him like $300 for those clown shoes.
I was gonna say it was like $500 that he got
It's
up to.
something
in the-
really, yeah. He kept on going up in price.
I'll be back. Hold on.
So Richard and I are roommates down in Fredericksburg, and I honestly don't believe that Richard drinks a lot.
Well, I didn't back then, but that kind of raised the bar. So.
Well, hang on. So I don't think that Richard drinks a lot, but I see that he's not feeling well. So I take him upstairs immediately, put him into bed. He looks at me and professes, "What did you profess?"
I think that was, if I have my notes in front of me here, greatest night of my life. And after being married and 3 kids later, I think that stands.
Still stands.
And what succeeded after that was what?
You're gonna have to pick up the chore for here, man. You lost me at Slogger. Like that's when the memories just cut off hard.
Hang
I
on.
remember one time being very. Here, let me back it up. I'm gonna give my version of the short version of what I remember from this. Hey, that was a great show. Let's go get something to drink. Hey, hotel person, is there a place to drink around here? Oh yeah, you got to go to the Red Baron. It's just right down the street. All right, great. Let's walk, check it out. Any of you guys see a bar here? No, but there's a house and it's got a lot of noise coming around back. That the bar? Like, I don't know. Let's go walk down the driveway. Yep, there's a full-on bar back here. Someone just built it into like what looks like an RV garage. Cool. We all walk in and it's like, country music and laughing and hollering. We stumble we just kind of walk in the door. You could hear the record scratch. Everyone's like,
well, people that are
what
nobody
are y'all
knows.
Yeah. It was a moment. We're like, so we settled in, we drank, we had a good time, conversations happening. Apparently people were working deals on the side that I wasn't privy to, but had a good time with it. And it's like, well, all right, it's kind of late. We got to load out in the morning. It's a respectful hour. Let's go ahead and call it a night. Then Jason flies in. You guys want some Goldschlager? All right, man. Well, cheers. We'll have fun. And then, all right, gotta go. There's no around. Bro, that's okay, but then stop because we gotta.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds. Lawrence?
And that's exactly how it happened.
And after that was a complete mystery to me because I read about it in the papers.
I pissed gold for 3 days.
The natural element.
Really pretty poop, I'm assuming, for the next couple of days.
So that is not the best.
Lucky you had it coming out that end is all I'm saying.
That is not the best of this whole thing. Now after the whore puked in his toilet and I held his hair so that he didn't puke on it, and he kept telling me that it was the best night of his life.
You held it too tight.
We woke up the next day and still had to load out.
Oh, god damn.
So we go to the venue after Denny's. Didn't we go to Denny's first or something like that? IHOP.
Red Baron's is still open.
So we head over and Richard is in the truck. And we have a guy named Rusty with us who
Fuzzy-headed pecker nuts.
Fuzzy-headed pecker nuts was his nickname. If you haven't noticed, Scott gave everyone their nicknames.
Yeah.
Somehow I stuck out.
He's the origin story.
That's because Scott's a dick. That's why.
So this was actually where Jackass got his nickname Jackass, because he went and hooked up all the lights backwards. So the Socko packs wouldn't fit. I was like, you guys have to redo that whole thing. Oh man, I'm like, you're such a jackass. So we get to the venue the next day and we're all still fucked up. I mean,
Yeah.
we went to breakfast and I was like, Richard, I'm still drunk. There's no way.
You had like
There's the whole thing. We went there and we backed the truck. Rusty guided Richard in the truck wrong and backed the. He was like, "Come on back, Whistle! Come on back, come on back!" And back it up.
Timmy
The
was driving.
The opening was 11 feet and the truck was 13 feet tall. And
He's backing up.
Rusty is sitting by the doorway looking at Richard going, come on back, come on back, come on back. And all of a sudden you hear kaboom. And I went, oh fuck, we're fucked. and Rusty takes 5 seconds to sit there and go, you're good.
And this building was barely a year old. I mean, it was a brand new building and stuff like that. So, I mean, and at that point, we told them, and we worked a deal to trade in our fans for the damage, the box fans we had.
But okay, we didn't explain this. We hung up so many fucking lights in this place.
It was too hot.
that their air conditioner could not keep up.
It was like a tin, aluminum building. It was like a big.
Like a Quonset hut or something. What?
Yeah.
No, it was just like a pre-manufactured kind of steel building.
The pole barn.
Basically, it's a steel pole barn that was made and is called the Fredericksburg Convention Center.
Perfect.
So there's no insulation in it, no nothing. I'm told one thing by Andrew. This is for Auction Network. We need to have television lighting, all this stuff. And I'm like, so I send him a plot of what I consider to be television lighting. And he was like, oh, we could do that. That's great. He comes in and I'm like, wait, there's no ventilation here, guys. He was like, well, what do we need that for? Well, we're putting 120 par cans in here. You do realize that those create heat, and in typical Andrew form of, well, shouldn't you have told me that beforehand? Well,
whoa! You're telling me
lights make heat? Hold on.
Well, that's not the worst part of it. Is remember what this auction was, gentlemen. It was 12 continuous hours of classic cars. So exhaust fumes everywhere, ridiculously over.
Oh, dear God.
We had people running 12-hour shifts without any kind of like pee break, water break, food break. So at the end of that day, that's why we decided to drink instead of load out.
Yeah.
No, we're definitely not working anymore.
We fucking deserve that shit. That's why.
So when
given the choice between work, loading out hungover or just powering through, and now I know, just fucking keep going and drink it when you're done.
When the show had started, I actually had like all this colored gel in on the entrance of the car as well as the exit of the car, so that as the car was sold, it would flow through different colors and it would look good on the camera. And we ended up having to pull all of the gel to aim it at the center section.
Point everything at the center. Not like a run up light and run out light. Everything drilled in the center.
So now you have all of these lights pointing to one area. And literally on the video, you could sit there and watch the auctioneers that were standing in the center immediately start to sweat. I mean, there was just sweat pouring out of everywhere. I'm sitting here going,
you made a solar death beam out of incandescent lights.
Mark Neese was running the portable camera, and he's running up to the engine. He's like, I can only stand here for about 30 seconds. So I'm like, oh God, this is really going to make my name with Auction Networks. Now, unfortunately, after Auction Networks, after that show, I went out to dinner with Richard Hoare, Andrew's media service, Andrew, and we proceeded to have a conversation because this was going to be a long-term contract. And halfway through the dinner, what did Andrew say to me? Well, I don't know if we're going to have lights on every show. And I never heard from Andrew again. As a matter of fact, I got paid for the Auction Network show. The show right after the Auction Network show, I never got paid for. And I was like, oh, this is great. And I told everyone, so stay away from Andrew. He didn't pay me. Well, he ends up paying me. And I'm like, okay, kosher. He calls me up and says, hey, I'm doing a show out at this air museum. I said, oh, okay. Would you come and do lights for me? I said, oh, fuck. Okay, I'll come out there. Jordan was on the show, and Richard was not. Richard was
one
not on
time,
the show.
I think he. I forgot where you're at.
You said who?
Huh?
Richard had a moment of clarity, apparently.
Hello.
Oh, he walked away at the moment. He's temporarily absent. But continue on.
So we're
He's
doing
blinking.
It's good. We're doing a show at the where do we do that show? Kavanaugh not Kavanaugh.
No, it's the one that is by Dallas Love. It's the museum there, something like that. What is that museum right by Dallas Love? And go on, I'll look at it. Okay, continue on.
Okay, so we go to do the show, and Richard's not heard this story before, so I'm really kind of looking forward to seeing his
Frontiers
reaction.
of Flight Museum.
Oh yeah,
Frontiers of Flight.
Frontiers of Flight.
So we go to Frontiers of Flight to do the show. It's for Lincoln Properties. And
you guys explain what Lincoln Properties is for people that might not know.
Well, Lincoln Properties is a company that buys and sells real estate. They also own apartment complexes.
Lease apartments and stuff.
Yeah. So they're like one of Andrew's biggest clients. So we go to do their show, and Andrew calls me up. He's like, yeah, I got like 50 source 4 pars, blah blah blah. I got some other stuff. I got some moving lights and all this. And I'm like, okay. I said, what's our power? And he's like, well, we're gonna use spider boxes because it's just. And I'm like, okay, that's kosher. I can break that up. So I break all the power up. We go and load in. Front of house is all source 4 pars, which are usually 575 watts. Andrew put 750 watt bulbs in all of them and didn't tell me. So anytime that I pushed the front of house lights up past 25%, they blew the breaker. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Everything is calculated correctly. This is all calculated for 575. And he looks at me and goes, oh, those all have 750s in them. Don't you think you should have fucking told me that? So we go through half of the show with the lights constantly going out.
Oh, and we're also on house power, not anything else. Not like a generator that can be able to handle that. No, we're off house power, plugging into house plugs.
So we are constantly blowing circuit breakers, and he runs over to me and says, what the fuck are we gonna do? And I turned around, stood up, and I punched him. And I said, don't fucking ever step up on me again. That was the last time I ever worked for Andrew's Media Service.
Really?
I told him you should have ran a generator, but nobody listened to me.
Jordan was sitting there when I punched him, I think.
It's like you should have rented a gen set. That would fix all your issues.
And all Jordan does is looks at him and goes, well, you just got punched, but you should have rented a gen set.
This could have been solved.
Never trust house power.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a little break here for a second. I know that you guys aren't used to this, but Scott's bladder is only about the size of a quarter now.
First drink is empty.
So everyone take about 3 minutes, go refill your glasses, go eat, and we'll be right back. All right.
Hey guys, we're back.
We are back from the draining the wee-wee.
Refilling the drinks so we can drain the
wee-wee. You guys will hate the drops after a while.
Part.
Yeah.
What?
So, we were talking about some shit here.
Yeah.
Some major ass shit. But where these guys really flourished was the Showtech show. This was, I'm going to tell you right now, the Showtech show was the best thing that ever happened to me. It got me out of my house every week. I got to go hang out with people. I got to think up ideas for a show. It taught me a hell of a lot about running a broadcast. And almost everything that I use in the broadcast that I do right now, the podcast that we do on the Cleveland Sports Fan Network, it's all based off of my time at the Showtech show.
Cool. How long ago was that? I mean, we were doing that in 2015, 16?
No, 2014, 2015, because I went on the cruise ship in November 2015. And y'all continued for a month or a couple months or so, then it just goes down.
We did.
Well, and you went to New York, and so that kind of hurt.
We didn't shut it down until you moved to New York.
Yeah, I had all these aspirations of like, no, I can run this out of the corner of the apartment and keep it going, and no.
Life gets busy.
Yeah,
when life gets in the way.
Off a little bit more than I was expecting with this gig. I'll just say that.
Well, I thought that I could possibly work a thing out where, like, when I'm on board or something like that, we can try to connect together and do a quick show out of that, but it really never happened. I did send out a video or so of how my life was, but after that, there's so much craziness and not enough time in life.
When Jackass left, we actually filled his spot with Danny Bergeron, who was great. I mean, she was a technician, but it just wasn't the same dynamic. I mean, what's so funny, Jackass?
He's got sound effects that he's not sharing with us.
No, I bet he farted.
I haven't tried the sound effects. Go ahead. Sorry. Had to let that one out. Go ahead. I should send you all my sound effects I
have. That's okay. I have a few of my own.
I'm sorry.
It's perfect for today.
There you go. Over the hill.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Go!
I knew it.
I'm surrounded by assholes. Keep firing, assholes!
Don't even try to outdrop me.
All he does is just whoops.
I actually went and downloaded some Super Trooper stuff just for YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Anyways, we went into doing the Showtech show, which at some point in time I would love to start back up. It's just
makes sense.
Touche, motherfucker.
He's allowed, I guess.
I'll stop.
It's
I will stop.
His birthday, I guess.
He can cry if he wants to.
Do you boys like Mexico?
So,
it was great.
Wait. Was that the sound effect for Winamp? It kicks the llama's ass. Is that what that sound effect is from?
Who played it? I don't know.
It wasn't me. Yeah, he's
standing there looking like an idiot as normal.
I didn't do it. I didn't play it. Who played it?
Jackass, were
You
you
do it?
act?
That wasn't me.
That's not
Well, it
good.
really wasn't me.
Drops
Who-
are cool as long as we know who's running them.
That would be Scotty. I know that one.
I think that's my ringtone. That's my ringtone when I call him.
It absolutely should be. That'd be great.
That green screen's horrible.
We-
Sorry. The bikini comes up right. All right. For the viewers that are not watching.
Really bizarre Mount Rushmore thing.
it took Jackass a half an hour to figure out that my screen, that my backdrop is not kosher. I love that. I love that.
Just so you know, Eileen
So I'm
Brennan.
not really looking at you.
Eileen Brennan is the picture for Scott when he comes up on my phone. Because
Did you guys ever hear about the Eileen Brennan story? Oh, fuck.
that's a long and involved one. He wanted to
All right.
fuck Eileen Brennan.
Do you guys know who Eileen Brennan is?
No.
No.
No. Have you ever heard of what movie? Have you ever
Clue?
heard of Clue?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was in Clue as Miss Peacock. Hang on. I'm gonna do this the right way here. Sure.
Scott comes into Akron and says, "Hey, guess what? I'm doing a show."
Oh, you need to hold on, jackass.
What?
That's
I didn't
him.
say anything.
That's not me.
Can't just throw that around now.
Yeah, you just need to hold your freaking horses for a second.
Fucking technical difficulties.
Oh, what just happened?
What do you guys see?
Cleveland
Cleveland
sports fan.
Ah, good.
Pornhub.
All these items.
Hotfireman.com. What have you been looking up?
Okay, Eileen Brennan.
Youngschoolgirls.com. Wait.
Okay, so this is her in Private Benjamin.
Mhm.
This is her in real life. Let's see here.
Probably the movie FM.
Okay, so right here you can see her in Private Benjamin. Come on, open the
Someday.
fuck up.
You're about to get a ad block.
Okay, so does everyone see her?
Yes.
This was her when I worked with her.
Mhm.
Hang on. And we're waiting on new egg and new egg and new egg and new egg. This is the wonderful computer that I bought from Newegg. There she is in all her glory now.
Mm-hmm.
So Scotty
We shall.
comes into Akron for a visit and says,
It was Christmas.
"It says,
Let's-
guess what? I'm going to do a show with Eileen Brennan. And you know what? I'm going to fuck Eileen Brennan." And all three of us, the guy's house he was staying at, the girl that we went to college with that was there, and me, we're all like, "Do you know how old she is? Do you know what she looks like?" He's like, "No, man, I'm gonna fuck Eileen Brennan." All right, you go have fun with that. Let me know how that works out. She was in a wheelchair when you met her. Is that correct?
Okay. So I went back. To the Virginia Stage Company, which I loved working there. It was a fabulous job. Under the pretenses after Christmas that I was going to sleep with Eileen Brennan. Then I met her. Now, stupid me actually told my friend Alan, who was the company manager at Virginia Stage Company, that I was going to sleep with Eileen Brennan. So she comes wheeling in on her wheelchair, grabs my balls, and proceeds to look at me going, "I'm ready."
All right, I like this girl now. This is
Oh hell yeah!
now I think that you should have followed.
You like her. You should like. You should probably like Alan Bordelon a little bit better because Alan, the company manager, was also the stagehand on the show with me, and he proceeded to shove her wheelchair into my crotch every night.
Thanks, buddy. Sounds like you wasn't the only stage hand on that joke.
That's a real friend right there. That's who that is.
I had no problem paying up my bet with the guys. But the fact that everyone at Virginia Stage Company knew the bet was there, including Eileen.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yes, it was a long year, guys.
Long
Is she
and
invited you
awkward.
into the tour bus?
8 weeks that show ran.
Did she invite you into the handicap stall?
Fuck off.
They got handholds for you. You can get different positions, and it's all good.
Oh, is that why they're in there? Oh,
Did you bring the handcuffs with you into the handicap stall?
Just right to
Now-
the wheelchair. It's all good.
Now, of course, after all of the bullshit went through, it turns out that Eileen Brennan is one of the nicest women you will ever meet.
sounds
That
cool.
will-
as hell.
That woman gave out probably $200 every night to the homeless people in Norfolk as
Cool.
we wheeled her back to her hotel room in her wheelchair.
I still think you should have pulled a Top Gun with her, and she comes out and said,
There-
"I had your friend. He was amazing," and then just like rolls off.
there is a picture that will never be published of myself holding Eileen Brennan hits.
Well,
and it's because your will never be published.
It's because she said this is for you and you only. And I went, I don't cherish this, but I will keep it.
isn't there a statute of
I'm gonna
limitations
print out
on
a
that? Though?
poster-sized copy of it for my living room.
How can we get that up at Times Square? I
How-
want to know.
How in the hell did you guys push me to this tangent?
Well,
The truth
three
is,
of us against you.
It we need to push this back. Okay, I need everyone to understand that I had quit smoking for like 4 years.
Mhm.
And I started doing the show with Richard and Jackass,
Mhm.
and they caused me to smoke again. Does that take the pressure off of me?
Was it you started smoking cigarettes again, or was it cigars?
Yeah, well, it started with cigars.
yeah,
Yeah.
the gateway.
It's the gateway drug.
It's a gateway
yeah.
drug.
It's a story of every kid at school.
It all starts out with cigars.
But you know,
First
this
is a
is
cocaine.
first a black and mild, and then a Cubano, and then from there it's Winston's.
but you know, this is Jackass's time. So
no, I'm enjoying this conversation. We're all
I think I'm
It's
gonna
his
bring up-
birthday. He should enjoy himself. And if you're squirming in your seat makes him enjoy himself, I think we
It
should go roll
does,
with
it
that.
does.
We should roll with that.
Hearing the story of you touching this old lady's boobs
In a wheelchair.
makes my life.
I
This is the best
really
night of my life.
I really hate you. Now,
Planning to do is all I'm saying.
it's, so did you guys hear about the other night when Jackass actually hit the jackpot?
No.
You win some money.
Casinos?
So
I would say the jackpot.
I am kind of friends with a couple of his friends, and apparently every time Jackass goes to the casino, they win and Jackass doesn't.
Yep.
So I took it upon myself.
Can I take you to the casino?
To say,
Sure.
hey,
Sure.
Jackass, do you want to go get some free lobster? I mean, all you can eat lobster? And
Oh,
he
there's a
goes,
lobster
"Yeah,
story. Okay.
Yeah.
Lobsters.
And I'm like sitting here going, oh, this is going to be glorious. It's going to be fantastic. So I take Jordan
Well,
to
actually, I take them. But
actually, Jordan takes me to Choctaw Casino.
I drive.
Actually, he takes me halfway, and I realize that I left my wallet at home.
Sure you did.
Clever.
Sure.
Come on, let's go. You can drive. Oh, I forgot
And-
my wallet, by the way.
and-
Thanks for the ride.
And the first
You
thing
got
out of
me, right?
the first thing out of Jackass's mouth is, "Why the fuck are we going then? I may as well just take your ass home. Why can't you go without it?"
Okay, so this casino is basically from Scott's place, about an hour and 40 minutes away. And we're about 15 minutes from the casino, about to cross into Oklahoma. We've been on the road, and then all he says is like, we pull in this gas station because he wants to buy a lottery ticket, before it gets to midnight, or before the drawing.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, shit. You're going to hate me. I don't have my ID or my wallet." And I was like, "Well, I'll buy your lottery ticket here," and stuff like that. That's no problem. But I need my ID to get in the casino. I was like, "They're not going to ID you, but okay." So we drove all the way back to his house. He goes in, grabs it. We drive all the way back to the casino. Another an hour and a half.
Okay, hold on here. He is totally skipping the fact that the entire way home, all I hear is, "Well, this is your own fucking fault.
Oh,
You've ruined our night. We're gonna have to wait in line now for."
Maybe I did.
Then we got home, and he's like, "Oh, I found it. Never mind. It was here the whole time."
So we make it home and go on, Jackass.
No, you're telling the story.
Okay.
Because it seems like I'm forgetting stuff.
Well, you are forgetting. You were the biggest dickhead all the way home.
No, you guys are like an old married couple. I love it.
But hold on. He blames me for forgetting his wallet that we drove that far because I wanted to get on the. He said if we stopped within 5 minutes of you picked me up, I would have noticed I not have my wallet.
Oh God!
But instead, you drove like an hour and 30 minutes, and
I did say that. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He's blaming me for forgetting his wallet.
All right, Jack.
He took the Jackass name for the night.
I'm gonna apologize for being a dick for that because it was actually one of the funnest nights I'd had in a couple of months. We had a very good time out there. We drank, we gambled, we had a good time.
Lobster.
I fucked up and forgot my driver's license. And he proceeded to explain that every 5 seconds after. Well, we could have been drinking 5 minutes earlier if you would have remembered your fucking wallet.
I could be 5 minutes more drunk now.
Jordan, you drink the good stuff now?
Wow, dude.
You just grab the good stuff there?
Yep.
How is it?
It's good. Really good.
That might be the next one I try out. I've never had that one before.
So we end up going back to the casino. Scott proceeds. Have to look around to make sure that people are not awake now.
I've got 8 cats are awake still.
I lost $250. Then I walk over to Jackass, who is sitting at a machine. that is ticking off dollars every 5 seconds. Ding, 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 ding. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, oh no, I got 16 more payouts. Like, what the fuck? Dude won like $600.
Yeah, it went into bonus play. I had like 67 free spins and walked with $600.
Nice. Very nice.
But here's the thing: when you add that up compared to what I've lost at other casino in Oklahoma, like last year I lost $3,600
Oh shit.
on my profit
I
and loss
understand what's
statement.
happening.
That I
This
do
is
for
the
years.
story we're giving the IRS.
Exactly. I have tax documents that say I am actually negative from Loose Star Casino. So
Documented in the book.
Asshole has the background for me in college at a drunken party.
Tracy
Tubman's
party.
house for Halloween. Yes. That's
you have a
me.
picture of Tracy Tubman.
No. That is me
And-
behind Scott.
I
Believe it or
have,
But you don't have a picture of Tracy Tubman and her boobs.
Tracy's a dude, and he might have boobs, but Tracy's a dude, and you don't want to see him.
Oh,
Oh, what a twist. Nobody saw that coming.
No. Nobody sees the Spanish Inquisition.
I have fabulous
If
pictures.
he was in a
Of,
wheelchair, then we'd be really just like,
I have fabulous pictures of the back of Richard Hoare's head, but
we don't want to know. No,
Really
just
walk myself
shut up
around
right
the-
now. We don't want to know.
I have
no,
never
no.
been allowed to post those. So all I know is I love you, man.
I've been more
And this is-
thankful that I remember that night. That's great.
This is the best day of my entire life.
And here's the thing from going back to that night of the Red Baron in Fredericksburg. I was rooming with a guy named Tim, and he was already upset that a guy named Mark was sleeping with the hottest girl there. And so he went to bed early, upset and slightly drunk. And proceed Scott and Richard calling our room number, going, "Ah!" the beating on the wall because we're next to each other. And Tim would go upset. And all I can remember is like laying in bed going, man, it feels like the whole world's spinning around me. And I'm just here staying still.
That's very deep, man.
Just put on the floor. It'll be all right.
Philosophy.
Oh my gosh.
Spinning around me, man.
It's like the universe is moving around me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Fredericksburg was the best experience
It was good. It was good.
I
And
ever had.
I really want to go back to that bar just to check it out. I think me and Harvin
Yeah. I would love to go in there and like know what's going on and just
Me and Harvin should go there and check it out.
You
Yeah,
probably
I guess-
still have a bar bill there. I wouldn't go back.
yeah, that's true.
No,
Hey, here's a hard gold slugger.
actually, the owner gave us a ride because of the fact that we paid our bill. So nobody else ever does that.
You guys are all right in my book.
Y'all are
No,
VIPs down
Benefit.
here.
Now, I think we need to take a trip to New York City because on West 57th Street, there is
he's giving us a view of the. Well, he did. He's walking now.
there is a
That's what I
bar.
started. Too loud.
There's a bar that I used to hang out with when I lived in New York that actually has this piece of metal built into the bar that's refrigerated that you set your beer on to keep it
yeah.
cold. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I was in New York City a couple weeks ago for about 6 hours.
So are you in like Jersey across the river, or where are you at?
No, I'm up Central Park.
Oh
and
no shit!
in Harlem, so you can see Midtown from my place.
Damn.
Oh,
So
he's
that's
living
rich.
large.
Where it's good. You want to be where the view of the good stuff is.
Oh, shit,
He's
man.
rich. He's got money.
Oh, his name is Richard Horde.
Oh,
So pretty.
I love it when the whore goes outside and then his microphone mutes and we can't hear any of because literally
it's
when
not
he
that, like,
there's
when
a
he
fire
comes
department like right there. So every 10 minutes, it's like lights and sirens constantly. And then there's the elevated trains over here, so that's going constantly. Muted.
The airplanes are good too.
Oh yeah. LaGuardia is like I can
You're on
read
the flight
serial
path.
numbers off the tires as they're flying over.
Really?
Boston stapler, but
That's
I
so
kept my
close to your
swingline
place,
stapler
then.
because it didn't bind up as much, and I kept the staples for the swingline stapler.
Okay, Milton.
And oh no, it's not okay because if they make
You know,
me-
that was
if they take
filmed
my-
in
my
Irving,
stapler, then
Texas.
I'll have to.
Office Space was really
Yes,
no
it was
shit.
filmed in Irving, Texas. There's you can actually go by the office building where it was filmed at, where the exterior stuff was. But there's a whole thing about Office Space and being filmed in Irving.
really
Yeah.
tell me again why where
What?
huh?
Office Space
Yeah,
was filmed in Irving, Texas.
hey, where was Office Space filmed?
A lot of dead air there. What the heck?
Yes, because it's perfect. Because you don't have to edit this out.
Yeah, is any of this usable?
No, not a bit.
Whatsoever.
We don't do this podcast for everybody. We just do it for us.
Dude,
That's
just
what's up.
understand we're monetized and we made 61 cents last
61. That's right. We split 30 and a half cents.
61
Hey, Scott.
cents last month. Yeah.
Scott, we should tell them about this, the story of our very first show tech show, where when it's all live streamed, and me and you are the only ones in the room because Richard went out to the kitchen for something, I don't know, and then we got this big argument about something.
Oh, was this the
along
fight?
way. Yes,
Was this the fight?
it was like the pilot episode of Show Tech Show, and we get the argument about
Live
something, I don't know
streaming?
what it was. Oh, it was live. It was live. No room for edits. Live.
Okay. So in Richard's defense, it was partially my idea that we do all of our shows live. And
I still swear by that, by the way. I still think that's the best way. You just have some risks.
Help me,
A
Obi-Wan
lot of stuff makes
Kenobi.
the air that.
You're my only hope.
yeah.
I would give you.
Let me tell you. So the first show comes up and I make a comment about the pimples on Jackass's ass.
He's got
Wait.
this footage. I don't know.
First off,
Yeah.
why do you know about the pimples on Jackass's ass?
Because we were building the studio at that point in time.
Don't look at the secret. I told you I was doing the show without clothes.
He put on a shirt. What do you want, man?
Top. Doesn't matter.
It's a Zoom meeting. Go fuck yourself.
So he was helping with hooking up all of the shit. And I looked down one day and I was like, damn. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I decided to make mention of it. I did not realize that this was going to upset the ogre.
Because I was single at the time. thinking I was going to use Showtech Show to become famous and hook up with women.
Ooh. Ooh.
This
There's your
episode,
problem.
that first episode could lead to
Yeah.
things.
I do believe the fight started with, why the fuck would you say that? And at that point in time, he stormed off the set. And Richard, I don't know what the fuck Richard was doing. He
is somewhere.
You know, he just fucked his wife and they had a kid, and it's like, oh, he's off doing something. Who knows what the fuck he's doing?
In a very zombie-like state at that period.
Jackass is pissed off. I mean, he is pissed off, and I'm like, dude, we got to go outside and smoke a cigarette. Because going outside and smoking a cigarette solves everything.
It calms your nerves. It calms your nerves.
He wouldn't even come outside.
Oh,
He was pissed. He was like, damn, that pimple on my ass is going to poke somebody out.
Just for context, I mean, we did these things live, but it's not like you could just pop onto Instagram and do a broadcast to millions of adoring fans. Like, I was on some Canadian network that we had to set up, and it was only streaming on our web address. Like, you couldn't just like go to YouTube and find it.
Yeah, no, it's just streamed on.
Yeah, like this is straight up iCarly shit. This is not.
I will honestly say this about the whole situation. I am not the best person with being able to control the things that I say.
No, don't say that. No.
Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed?
Whatever comes into Scott's head, he says, which kind of in a way is good because people find it funny, but kind of in a way, I can say things that hurt people. And I don't mean it to be hurtful. I'm trying to be funny. And I understand that
and failing.
Right. It's almost like Tourette's, except completely voluntary.
I 100% take
Fucking pip on your ass.
I was gonna 100% take responsibility for that, but then Jackass decided to scream into the microphone, and it bothered me. So
I'm gonna fuck Eileen Brennan. Yeah, okay.
Listen, Richard and Jackass, these guys have been my friends for 12 years, and Burke's been my friend for 30. Yeah. Burke was actually my best man in my first wedding. And
see how that worked out.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's about to work out really bad for him in a second if he keeps talking.
You said your background. That's a
yeah. It pisses him off that I had the lighter from that fucking wedding too. Just so you know.
I bought lighters for all my groomsmen. And these were gorgeous lighters because they were like silver with gold inlay.
Nice Zippos. Yeah, very good shit.
Oh, they were gorgeous. Nobody has one left but Burke. And every time I get on the show, he decides I must tell everyone that I still have one. Now I have a glass from Jackass's wedding.
What?
What?
When did I get married?
I'm literally just saying this so that your girlfriend gets pissed off at you.
Oh.
Again.
No, the first wedding, the one that didn't work out. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, that one.
That one, yeah.
You know, the one with the big tits.
The starter.
I mean, she was.
You're the
very
trophy.
well
I swear to
endowed.
God, honey. I swear to God.
Oh my God, she was gorgeous.
Why the fuck would you say that, Scott?
Unlike the second one.
The third one's always the charm. What are you talking about?
Oh, careful. Your
Now,
six might hear that. Be careful.
you see, we
I
can't
know.
say that about the Richard Hoare though, because the Richard
No.
Hoare, he
I'm
has
a
been a
monogamous-
faithful man his entire life.
Good man.
I love you, man.
Yeah, man.
This was the
God,
best day of
Bert.
my life.
I love you guys.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, I've been faithful, by much to my wife's chagrin.
It's like, could you please go have a fucking
Yeah, she's-
affair
This
so
was
I can go have an affair,
That
please?
would be nice. Love that so
This
much.
was the best day of my life.
I'm throwing up on so much of your stuff. Dude.
So this wasn't the first throw up that we've had from Richard Hoare, because
Won't be the last.
back about 4 or 5 years ago, we went to, where'd we go?
I don't remember. See, I'm not good at this.
Jackass, where'd we go?
4 to 5 years ago.
Sticky toffee pudding at the
Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
The Londoner.
No, the Londoner. Oh, okay.
I do
Yeah,
remember.
the
that.
Londoner.
The London.
Where is the
Yeah.
Londoner at?
It's in Colleyville, Texas.
Because when you think of authentic British cuisine, you think Colleyville, Texas.
That first thing came to my mind.
Yeah.
Sticky toffee pudding and fish and chips and
So
what else was it?
so this was
Shepherd's pie.
How do you add jalapeno peppers to shepherd's pie? I want to know.
They actually don't. I think they do a pretty faithful job
No.
importing British food and drink and all that. It's like transporting yourself into that world completely. But it's a
That
good
was an
idea.
interesting time.
Wow.
So we went
That was an interesting night.
to
Londoner.
the Londoner to play some darts,
hmm
drink some beer, and eat sticky toffee pudding.
I need to go back for that.
That's a dangerous
Combo.
No, it's a great
ever had
combo.
Oh, that's great.
Great
Spitix
combo.
spear.
I think I picked up Mr. Hoare. No, I didn't. You drove yourself.
hmm
Yes, you were my designated driver.
He
Well,
drove
there was your
himself-
first mistake. Fuck.
I know nothing. Nothing.
He drove himself to the Londoner, and we proceeded to drink, and all of a sudden I heard the saying, "This is the best day of my life."
Uh-oh.
That's when he knew.
And I knew, oh shit, I gotta drive him home. And so
I had
I
a good time, guys.
So I put him in my car, and I'm like, dude, whatever you do, don't puke on my car.
If you do, let me know, and I'll roll down the window and get you out.
So
Pop
after
the door
going,
and shove his ass out. That's what you do.
Yeah.
after going through all that, we start the drive home. He's like 35, 40 minutes. He's living in Roanoke. So
Yeah, that's good.
it's a ways away. And we're driving, and he looks at me about 5 minutes from his house, and he goes, dude, I'm getting dizzy. I went,
It's
I went, dude, please hold on to this. Please hold on to this. He's like, I'm going to try, but I don't know if I love you enough. So I drive faster.
Couldn't you just stick your head out the window? I mean,
I drive faster, and I start getting
Technically,
this.
I did, but it made no difference.
I start driving faster, and I start getting this.
It's like when a cat's got a hairball.
And I look at him, and I'm like, are you okay? And he turns and looks at me and goes, it's a great day.
I'm having fun. This is fun.
So we're a quarter of a mile from his house, and he turns around, looks at me, and goes, "It's time. I'm giving birth."
These stories happen.
So
You
I,
make it sound like it was great. He
So
turned
I
to me
s-
calmly and said, "Scott, there's nothing we could do." And like a lawn sprinkler. Blah, 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 blah.
I literally, I tried to pull over quickly, but apparently it wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, I think there were vortices because I was out the window, but it
It always comes back in.
Well,
There's
here's
just no,
the-
yeah. There's no stopping
Okay,
it.
so first off, to clarify things, he was out the window first, but when the car came to a complete stop, he decided to pull himself out of the window, open the door further, which caused him to puke all over the inside of the door.
Yeah, that was not helpful.
And
But you tried.
but okay,
I'm going to say I miscalculated, which
guys, the best part was, well, when I took my head out of the window, I only got a little bit on your car. So I walk outside and I take a picture with my phone to send to my wife. And there is puke from the passenger side door all the way to the tail light, so much that you couldn't see the red on the tail light any longer.
that's why
I think that's some new racing stripes.
I have a limousine story really similar to that, where I ended up having to take the limo through a drive-through car wash with the sprayers and spray it off, and the inside of the limo because it was just bad.
Were you wearing clown shoes?
No, oh, no, shit, man, I totally blew that one. No, god damn, no, I wish I had now. Fuck.
Inspiring limo drivers out there is good.
Yeah. No, that should be like standard operating procedure. Put on the clown shoes, spray out the car.
Power spray with the.
Burke, I think you need to explain this story.
Yeah. Do
what? No, I mean, well, Carl, the person that we both know, that the house you were staying at when you claimed you were gonna fuck Eileen Brennan, had a couple of old limos after a while, and I drove for quite a few years. And no, I mean, there's some good stories, there's some bad stories, but yeah, somebody somebody got sick and they put their head out the window and they threw up all over the side of the limo and inside the limo, and no, it's just gross. It was bad. It's not much of a story.
Yeah, if it were my car, I'm pretty sure I would have just thrown it off a cliff and claim it was stolen. And
I mean, the one time they threw up in the bus, it was okay because that was like all rubber flooring and you could like scoop it up and toss it out the door. And
put a fire hose on it.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Scotty has abandoned us. What the fuck? He's like the moderator.
Yeah.
Now what happens?
Well, he'll just fix this in post.
Yeah. Always.
Not even here.
That's what he'll fix it in post.
All right, so Jordan, you're in Texas. We're here in New York. I'm in Canton, Ohio. He's in Texas. That's some international shit we're doing right now, isn't it?
No, look at us. We're many nations.
How'd you get a background? It sucks because like I built my last computer. My processor supposedly can handle virtual backgrounds, except it is one generation older than what is allowable for virtual backgrounds. So now I have to upgrade my motherboard, my processor, and my RAM. Yeah, who is that?
It's like, I don't know. I just found it on my.
I want to. Who is that?
I don't know her name.
As all good stories start out, I don't know her name.
It's,
I can
she was on a
honestly see now that I can never let Burke take
She-
over a show.
she was on a casting.
Hey, at
couch
least I
video.
kept it going.
I sent a chat saying, guys, I gotta go pee.
Shit! Yeah, you did.
No,
didn't
I
you?
didn't get that. I don't have chat.
Yeah, well, you didn't click the little button that says chat. So yeah, click the button that says
mobile
chat,
phone.
and
Damn, jackasses.
Jackasai.
there you go.
Jack aside.
Is that like
go-
a dinosaur that we
Hold-
don't know about?
What
plural
the
jackass.
fuck? So Burke sends me, go fuck yourself? Oh my God.
What's going on here?
We're chatting.
Oh.
Look at the little
Oh.
chat thing right
Okay,
there.
okay,
Let's see,
so-
right down there. There should be a go chat button. You can view the chats.
So I'm absolutely
What? You have a dog? What the hell? I want to do the dog. Wait a minute. No. I said
who's
that
got
wrong.
a dog?
Phrasing. Hold on. Oh man, I dig your background. Okay, I got.
Who the hell's got a dog?
He had a dog.
I've got a dog.
Wolf.
Jackass had a dog.
Jackass doesn't have a dog.
No, he had a virtual dog. I want a dog.
I've got go
Well,
fuck yourself.
Yeah, you deserved it.
Mhm. I mhm. We'll just go back to this.
Oh sure.
It's at the space summit.
Oh God, no. You need.
Whoa.
Who the
need
oh no! I can't go. No.
There's an inside joke there, and I have no clue about it.
So part of our little thread, we tend to track a lot of the space launches here in Texas, or there in Texas, I guess. So apparently,
It's a bad picture of her.
a big love
That's,
interest of the space.
that last girl was Scott's favorite astronaut scientist girl, but she likes women.
Mega
And so-
crush.
Dude, this,
That's all that's stopping you.
But I digress because I still do a show with Burke.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, there's no brains there at all.
you still hang out with me.
So are there any other stories that we need to go over about Jackass before we
Well, I don't know if we finished the live stream story. Basically, when me and you went to the kitchen and started arguing, and it was basically on the live stream, it's just an empty room with two chairs and nothing going on for a good 45 minutes.
and where the hell was horror
He
through that
came
whole
down, he's like, "Are we still live?" I was like, "We don't know how to stop it." we just got up and started arguing, and so it's basically for 45 minutes. It's you'd see on
So,
the video of nothing, two chairs and this backdrop.
That's good television right there. I don't care who you are.
I don't know what
That
that
reality
was.
TV got nothing on our asses.
Drama, we got you.
I understand that I'm an asshole and that.
Good night, everybody.
That,
Oh, well, there's more.
Remember to tip your servers. Have a good night.
I'm just gonna keep pouring.
I'm gonna beer near a house to cure that one.
Come on, man! I'm the biggest asshole out of all three of us, or four of us. Oh wait, yes,
That's
it
true.
is 4. I sincerely did not say happy birthday to Jordan today, and that was because I don't care.
Yeah, you are the ass. That's
But you care about a pimple on my
Jordan
ass.
gets the jackass. But
Pimple on the ass is some cool shit. I mean, come on.
Thank you for making this available to us, because I'm glad that I didn't have to say happy birthday via text for once. It feels like it's
There you go.
A little
Now-
more genuine than normal.
Now, now, before we go, we're gonna have to address the elephant in the room, or the elephant that's not in the room.
Mm.
And
Yes.
that is the Harvin fam.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
100% professional.
He has
The fourth leg of our tripod.
well, and he has probably some more interesting stories because we lived together for a couple years and we hung out a lot more than
Hey, Burke. Burke, he's a professional drapist.
Yeah, he's a master drapist.
Yeah, master drapist.
Makes drapes like
fucking
no, nothing so
fucking horse face through that whole thing was worth. I'm gonna have to download the screenshot from that.
What?
He's a drapist. Oh my god! What the fuck did he just say?
Like makes drapes? I'm assuming he makes drapes, but am I wrong?
He's an experienced drapist.
Oh God.
He knows how to fold that drape.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I know about that one. Hold on.
Oh my!
Read him in on the Showtech nerdery because
no more Yankee, my wanky. The donga need food.
I don't even know what to say to that right now.
He can lay that drape really good.
every live event worth its cover price has got pipe and drape surrounding whatever's happening. So, you know,
you have to lay the pipe before you lay the drape.
Specialize in doing that. They do nothing but set up drape for events and booths and shows and such. And Harvin made his name in the industry by
damn drapists.
Yeah, sounds special.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't mention Mark though, the professional audio-visual guy who tries not to work all the way through the load-in and then laughs about it online.
Or basically eats a bad case of shellfish and gets sick. Richard, you were there for that. That's why
I heard about that story. I'm sick. I can't be there. Must have been the shellfish. It could have been the
must have been the
shellfish. Alcohol you put away. No, it was definitely the shellfish.
Okay, so the show that we did, the Lincoln Property Show, where I punched Andrew in the face.
Lincoln Properties Tour.
Mark came and his whole job was literally to set up projectors, screens, and that was it.
Oh, we're talking about that Mark.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I was going to say.
I thought we were talking about the Mark that Fredericksburg fooled around with.
No, different Mark.
No, different Mark then. Never mind.
Different Mark.
Different Mark.
This Mark.
Too many Marks in this world.
Complicated.
Dude, the only reason that I'm bringing this up is because of the Lincoln Property Show. The other Mark Nee, I guess we can't name his name. Mark Nee can't name his name.
My name? That's awesome.
Niece,
Yeah,
what?
my name is.
My niece said what?
My knees are sore.
My knees are sore. Anyways, this was the
My
different
girlfriend's
Mark.
knees have carpet marks.
God, we should go back to the we should talk about my niece because she was a fabulous woman who slept with probably one of the most gorgeous women from auction networks. But anyways,
I see what you're doing there. Took me a minute though. I was like,
now I didn't talk about Mark niece. I talked about my niece.
Right. This is.
So I think that's
your knees have carpet burns. I'm pretty sure. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was an asshole.
Oh,
anyway,
so you're talking about Mark Wagons.
Editing, phrasing.
I don't think
Mark
we want to
Wagons.
see the word. Didn't you live with him for a little bit?
No, I didn't live with him. No.
Oh,
I picked him for the show and no, I never lived with him.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, we're good.
Hold on.
Is that like a nightly occurrence?
It's all you, buddy.
No. This is like hourly.
See, honestly, I wouldn't mind that. Like, I kind of like that kind of living where you hear fire trucks and police officers responding to every little thing going on. I don't have that where I live here in North Richland Hills, Texas.
I don't miss it. I don't miss living in New York, but I do miss. Yeah, I do miss the excitement. I miss the excitement in New York.
I never lived there, but when I go there and visit, I miss just the.
So where do you live,
night
Richard?
time.
I'm kind of Upper East Side of Manhattan. So
Where at?
East Harlem.
What's your mailbox?
Central Park.
Okay, I lived on West 52nd and I lived on West 52nd and Broadway.
Oh, okay.
So I lived downtown. I enjoyed.
I'm way further north than that, but East Side now.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. You got a nice house right now, though.
Yeah, we got lucky. We found this place, and I don't know, it just worked. We had like all this application stuff put together, trying to go into another apartment we didn't get, and then this place came along, and it was like, what's wrong?
Did you buy it off the auction network?
Right? Yeah. Definitely not buying it. Don't have that kind of.
Did you ask Mark Neese about it before you?
Hey, no names.
Stuck your dick in it.
Wow. This is all good.
Deny.
We'll fix that in post.
The show's going to be like 2 minutes long.
It's funny.
All right, tonight we've got Jordan. It's his birthday. Well, that's all the time we've got for today.
He's going to text me tomorrow morning. He's like, it's up to 5 a.m. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I didn't get that much sleep.
I just squiggle out somebody's shit in this show. Oh my god.
Do you really edit these right after you finish shooting, or do you?
No, he doesn't. Not really.
Wait, hold on here.
We just put a,
He does.
we
He
the
does. He
explicit.
tells me about it sometimes.
We put the E for explicit, and yeah, fuck it, we don't care.
No, he edits it. He tells me. He's like,
no, man.
sorry,
There's like dead spots all over the damn place. What are you talking about?
Yes, I was up to 6 a.m. Editing.
So. Yes, there are dead spots here and there, jackass. But I do edit because I kind of wanted this shit to be on YouTube. But guess what? None of it can be on YouTube.
No, not a damn bit.
Dude, I post it. And I post it.
I don't know how the Showtech show made it on YouTube. Some of the stuff we said.
Well, that was back in the day when YouTube didn't have rules.
They'll put anything. You can't monetize it. Like they'll say, yeah, no. You're not getting it.
Hey, I will say this: the Davis and Davis show made it to monetization in the first 3 months. So people actually like this show. I don't know why.
Could release the video as something for Patreon or something.
Well, I'm actually saving all of the videos.
Subscribe extra.
Oh God, no! Why?
Not
Patreon.
Now, guys, I have to ask you this question, and Burke's gonna get pissed off at me here. We actually had an episode that was the best downloaded episode we ever had.
A show episode. I thought we were having an episode right now.
And Burke was like, "You got to pull that down. You got to pull that down, man. We can't have that.
People are going to think we're dicks.
You got to pull that down, man." And I'm like, dude, I am a dick, so it doesn't bother me to be a dick.
Can people think that for money?
But Burke, of course, is like, yeah, pull that down.
No, it made me look bad. That's why I wanted to pull it down. It made me look like shit. He was
Now-
fine. He was
now-
fine. He didn't, whatever. We
Isn't
all know
it-
Scott's a dick. We don't care.
Okay, so the show was based on me asking Burke questions and Burke asking me questions.
Yeah, I
And-
didn't know he was going to be such a dick about his questions.
And
Had I
made
known
sh-
that at the beginning, I would have been a little more savage. However,
Does that sound
comma,
familiar?
yeah.
I made sure that my questions were evil. And people loved it. It was the best-selling episode we've ever had. And Burke sends me an email 2 days later going, "You got to take that shit down." Now, I was a nice enough guy to take it down.
Granted,
That's
little spark of humanity showed up and he pulled it. Thank you.
But
well,
damn it,
that's unusual.
I know, right?
I could give two shits about somebody selling a Honda as compared to me making 61 cents from a podcast.
That's honest money right there.
That's the beautiful thing about being live, because whatever happens, it's already hit the bird and came back down to earth. There's so many times that I said stuff after a few beers that I was not like, if we edited this, we might have to take that part out what I just said.
Oh my god, I just lost.
Do you remember the whole special of the Walmart lights? The moving fixture lights from Walmart that they made two different ones. They made two different kinds: a fixture that was painted white and a fixture that was painted black. The question was asked, "What's the difference?" I was like, "The white ones work." Dead silence.
It's like a joke about aspirin. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Why do aspirin work? Because they're white.
So we're gonna edit this. Because
Wow.
you're not gonna make your 16 cents for this video.
I like doing stuff live because it's kind of there's two things. Like, one, it has a certain amount of transparency to it, so you just kind of have to live yourself unedited. But also, you've broadcast the unedited version, so if somebody ever comes along and puts it out of context, you're like, no, here it is.
That's it. No,
It's the time for the truth. Because I used to be an editor, and I've seen the crazy, ridiculous shit that you can do as an editor and make people completely say, this is before deep fakes and AI fakery and things like that. You can absolutely put somebody out of context and just.
I will say this: when we did Showtech Show, Richard would edit what we did, but we did the show live first, and I actually enjoyed that because it was kind of like whatever you said was what you said, and you had to sit back and go, if you're gonna say it, you better fucking mean it.
Yeah.
And
it's like we be drinking and we just say shit all the time, and it just like it is what it is at that point. We didn't really, we would talk tech stuff and everything, but like we'd also joke around comedy stuff, and it is what it is during that time.
I think the second thing that I loved about that was the fact that like when Jackass and I got into a fight, that was something that was real. It was real time. People saw how we dealt with it or listened to how we dealt with it.
From the kitchen.
Not just from the kitchen. When we came back to the microphones, we didn't edit that out. It was like, okay, this is what we talked about.
I think people respond to that authenticity. Like, just being real, that's more watchable than all the super edited bullshit on the internet. There's so much noise out there. Like,
or the people that are trying to make
tempted to really just splice things together and cut. I'm going to spend 80 hours putting together this 4-minute video. It's not worth it, dude. Just put it out there. Like, production value is cool and those are things, but don't Don't edit it beyond
Well,
recognition.
yeah. And it's like
What?
the
Go on.
show Below Deck that we always talked about the yachties and people that work on yachts and stuff like that. I've been kind of starting to rewatch that again because I have a bored life sometimes, so I watch it. But it's the editing there. It's like
He's
you
an
thinking
aspiring
the way
seaman.
they. I'm always a seaman in life. Don't get that wrong. But it's like I sit there and I'm like, I see the editing. I'm like, they make it look like this person's going to get fired when it's not this person. It's just I hate the part of that editing. I'm getting tired of like seeing videos on Instagram and TikTok and stuff like that of like people like, oh, it's staged. It's like I want like real quality, real stuff, real life experience. I'm tired of like watching like stuff that's sort of staged.
Yeah,
I
reality.
think-
Big Brother, and it's all edited together.
Even like like a lot of these shows that you're thinking, man, this is based on true stories of real life, and it's not. It's basically it's still produced, it's still edited and make like it looks real. Like True TV. They said not reality of the actuality or something like that. I forgot what their slogan was for True TV. Or it's like not actuality but reality, but it's still produced. It's like these court shows you see with Judge Judy and all that stuff. It's all produced. Like some of this stuff is basically pumped up with editing and stuff because, I forgot. Somebody told me it's like I think my brother at one point he wanted to create a TV show about carnies and carnival travel and stuff like that. And I'm like, it would be good, but a lot of stuff you have to fake because true carnival life it might be boring. You're still going to have a scene. You still have to set up scenes and everything to make it interesting. But people's attention span, they want to see people get kicked out. They want to see fights. They want to see brawls. They want to see drama. And I think that's all TV is these days. It's all TV is basically produced, even though that says reality or actuality or truth TV. It's all produced. It's all fake.
Did you guys ever see Live PD?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a cool program that didn't last too long, but they were doing some weird stuff with technology, which is why I kind of got into it. But it was like Cops, right? But it was all broadcast live. So they would have these film crews around the country simultaneously, and they'd have like a broadcast group at the studio, and they would have all these they'd have like 4 wireless cameras and uniform cameras and dash cameras all synchronized and streaming back to the studio from multiple cities, and they would just follow along and they would just roll it live as the police were responding to something. They're like, oh, hey, we're going to go check in with Atlanta now because they're pulling over a car who's suspected of, whatever. And they'd go check it out. And sometimes they'd go there and be like, well, that was stupid. Nothing really happened there, but we'll check back with them later. But it was very watchable because every moment of it could be
You didn't know
something
what to expect.
like this is not edited. This is not stitched together. Like I'm watching this now and I could be watching something horrible. I could be watching something amazing. 99% of the time you watch something boring, but it was still very watchable because it was
kind of like NASCAR where you're just waiting for the accident to happen.
And sports in general, I think that's why sports is such a very, universal thing. Like people want to do that, and I'll take it up a level. I think it's the live shared experience. Again, going back to a Showtech show, that's what we all understand is we make a career out of that live experience. People come to the theater, people come to a show, people come to a big sales conference, whatever it is. You do all of that because you get something out of drawing together a group for a shared experience that just going and downloading the video later isn't going to replicate, or taking the DVD back to your house and watching it is not the same as going on a date to the movies and sitting in the theater and watching it. So I think podcasting can learn from that too. Don't be tempted to just edit things together. Like try to make it a live thing, try to make it a community thing, try to synchronize that reality as much as possible.
And the good thing about Scott is he will just snip out stuff. Otherwise, it's pretty much whatever the fuck we're saying, and we don't really care. So
that's fair, right? Like getting rid of the dead air and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not really
that's important to
compromising
do,
the
but-
reality. Yeah.
I think
Not
three-quarters
overcutting
of the
things.
editing that I do is just cutting out dead space. Or like what just happened with Jordan and I. We were talking over each other. I cut it out.
Yeah.
Now, when you get to a point, you can really be tactical about it, and you can just cut out individual words from someone's sentence and completely change what they said, and nobody will ever know you did it. You know?
No bueno.
Why?
Don't like it.
Yeah, that's like
And you have to be listening
100%.
because, like, wait a
That's
minute, I didn't say that. Did I say that?
did we
I-
not
I-
talk about
motherfucker.
the conspiracy theory earlier?
Oh, what the fuck you do? Why did you change? I'm getting dizzy now.
What?
Kappa.
Hey,
I don't
so
know.
why would you edit out when two of us are talking at the same time?
Because
Nobody wants to
nobody
listen to
will
you.
understand
much
it.
crap. No.
Okay, do you remember the movie
No, that's-
MASH?
A
Yeah.
TV show, man.
No, the movie. The movie.
Nope.
Donald Sutherland and all those guys. They would talk over. It was like the first movie where they talked over each other, and it was great. It was actually really great because it felt really real. So keep it in there.
Let's work.
Hold on. I'm gonna get a text here
From who?
from you.
I don't know. Who could it be?
No.
I like that the iPad panned down to catch your phone.
Who's
and then
it
when you put the
gonna
phone down,
be?
it like panned back up. Like, oh.
Hang on.
It's like Snoop.
Is
Dogg.
that technology
iPad,
working,
fuck
Jordan? That's a
you.
camera operator. That the iPad is doing a better job with this follow track than probably.
No,
would
it's
do
not.
with
Look, I would have been chewed out by a director right now. Look, why did you lose the shot?
Yeah, but you've been chewed out before, right? Like,
Yes,
I'm
I
just
have.
saying it's
Yeah.
doing a
I mean,
pretty
that's a
comparable
given.
job, you know.
Well,
Hey,
at least
hey.
it's a hangover day.
Hey, did you ever tell them how you got your nickname Jackass?
I think you told him earlier when I basically ran the cable the wrong way at Fredericksburg, Texas.
How
That was
long
all
did
you.
it take you to run those lights?
Is there Fredericksburg, Tennessee?
How long
There
did
is.
it take you?
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Come on, tell me how long it took you to run those lights.
Gatlinburg. I don't know about how long it took me, but I vividly remember when after the first night of broadcast that they pulled us into this small room and the producers started chewing us out because some producer from New York didn't like the lighting, the way that looked, because they're like, well, it's like when they're outside and we're shooting them outside, but when they're driving in, it looks dark. And you're like, yeah, you got a freaking sun that you're trying to compete with, some lights on the interior. There's no freaking way to compete.
I'm sorry.
You can't compete
Did you
with
want
the
me to
sun.
be brighter than the sun?
Do you want me to get
got the
like,
budget for that?
with their Sword 4 Parnells? You would have to get some like freaking HMI lights, and plus your building cannot handle it because you're too cheap to not rent a gen set. They're depending on freaking house power and all these shows. That's why you bring a gen set with you, and that's so yeah. That's why we had a drill light.
Power the sun with
We
120.
we had a drill light at the entrance when the cars were driving in from outside, so the lights, so it basically didn't get too dark. And then when they drilled up on stage, we had to drill them that way as well with light, and then drill on the exit that much.
Why didn't you
But
just get a big satellite to block out the sun, and then you could light it the way you wanted to? I mean, that would have been simpler. That would have been simpler.
That was my idea, but
Yeah.
nobody listens to me.
No,
You could have put the nighttime filter on the outdoor camera like that.
I don't have that.
Midnight?
I don't have that
Full moon.
thing. So it's like I'd rather like set up a tent that they
And
drive
once
into
again,
outside
it's the
and go
lighting
there.
guy's fault.
Yeah. So basically, me, Scott, and I don't know who else, but a bunch of us in there, Richard and others, are sitting in this little small office as we're getting reamed out from somebody in New York on the phone call on speakerphone. We're shaking our heads, just like, screw you. You're not here.
Good thing Zoom didn't exist back then. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Luckily, we didn't do like video conferencing back then. And it's just like so we got done with the meeting. We took all the diffusion out because diffusion gets a nice flat even look.
Nice even
But
flow
no,
of
they
light.
didn't want diffusion. They wanted these harsh spots from these source 4
Hey,
Parnells.
take that shit out.
Take it out because we need more light. Who cares if it's even or not? We need more light.
Sun
So we took them out.
I'm kind
We're
of
taking
pissed off that car has shadows all over it.
I'm up on a scissor lift with Scott down on stage with his little light, and you're like, turn it this way. Because there's a lens inside these source 4 Parnells that focuses the beam and stuff like that. All right, turn it. Good. Next light. How many lights is that? It was like 100 something lights, 140 or so on that truss. So one by one, going down the line me up on a scissor lift, but Scott just walking there. Good. Next. Good. Next. Good. And that's why on the last night we decided to drink our minds off.
So what we ended up doing was we took every one of these source 4 pars, 575 watts a piece, and aimed them at the same spot. So when that
you
car
compete against the sun.
So when that car hits the center stage, it is the brightest light that you've ever seen since the creation of man.
Killing to paint out the cars. Was that the idea?
Yeah.
And one of the guys came to me. He was like, yeah, so the lights are melting the paint off of the cars.
Aww.
And I went,
But
well,
it's
you
great to
know
hear
what?
back-
New York can't see it, so I have to go
Yeah.
brighter.
But it's great to hear back from New York that following day saying, "Oh, the lights look perfect," and me and Scott just like, whatever.
Thanks.
Well, of course the light's perfect. You have 144 source 4 pars aimed at one spot. Oh, it was great. That was a great show.
Why did we even do that in a building at that point? Like
Richard Hoare was the guy in charge of the show. Is that
because
right?
who was
I was the technical EIC? Yeah.
Because the basically who was the other auction company that did online auctions that did cars as well? Barrett, yeah. Barrett Car Auctions. Auction Network wanted to do the same exact thing like Barrett was doing. So they want like a car rolling in, which sometimes like had to be pushed in because the car wouldn't start. But
it wasn't quite the same caliber.
I remember they had didn't they have a director from California or something like that directing, like TV directing it, and I was doing handheld as well after getting done with lights, and he was like, "Oh yeah, show me that ass of that car. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful ass of that car." I was like, okay.
I think somebody said at one point, like all of the producers on that network, they basically had come over from, I forget what it was at the time. I forget the name of the network. It was like the LGBT network. Like they had all worked together and they all left that network to come work for Auction Network because it was going to be like the new hotness or something. And like, the internet.
I follow on Instagram Scott. Y'all know Scott. Remember Scott?
Yeah.
Producer. I follow him on Instagram. He's chat with him.
Yeah, he's cool. I think they all have legitimate careers. They're all like,
they
worked
do.
for ABC now or something.
He worked for ABC.
He worked for ABC's. Now he's doing like a different weather.
Newsy. Something like Newsy, something like that. But he's got his, I think, a meteorology degree or something like that. But yeah, that's funny. It's funny still how, like,
but it was a very sexual group to begin with. Like, that's all I remember out of all of them. It was very, like, there was a definitely charged atmosphere with them. And it was like, all right, that's a strange thing to say, but whatever. I'm just here to shoot the cars, you know.
Cars and sex. I mean, I guess I can get cars and sex, but
It's
Okay.
basically when you're touring together and it's the same group every time for about 5 or 6 places. At some point, there's a lot of built up energy that you like start getting like, hey, she's cute or he's cute or something like that, and of course, going to the bar and everything, stuff happens. It's almost like a cruise ship. It's almost like it's almost like working on a cruise ship.
Goldschlager.
Yeah, I was gonna
Which
say,
that's
I
a
don't know if I really
whole-
got that vibe out of any time personally.
Well, for some of the single
Way too
people at the
much.
time.
Yeah.
Besides,
Well, unfortunately, after the Fredericksburg show, we went to dinner with Andrew Walters, and basically, I got fired.
At dinner?
Yeah.
wow, that's dark.
With you.
Was it
Was
Applebee's?
that Texas Roadhouse? Or
Oh, probably
It-
Texas Roadhouse. Yeah,
No, it
That's
was
it, that-
it was the hotel across the street from Six Flags.
Six Flags in
Mhm.
Fredericksburg or San
No.
Antonio
No, Dallas.
over Texas.
Yes.
Dallas, Arlington.
There was a hotel catty corner to Six Flags that I had a dinner with Richard and Andrew, and Richard made the proposition to keep me on, and
Yeah.
Andrew was like, "Hey, yeah, fuck no."
Yeah, I don't understand the reasoning of that, but that's
Oh.
story of my life. I give people good advice every day, and it's like, we're going to go in a different direction. All right. And then that blows up in their fucking faces, and they're like,
Exactly.
You should have told us this wasn't going to
hey,
work.
you should have done this.
I didn't specifically tell you that your idea was wrong, but I did tell you what was right. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. At some point, you have to put your big boy pants on and be in charge,
Yeah, it's the whole Pandora's box, isn't it? It's like I told you it was going to blow up, and you didn't believe me, and it did. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean that's just kind of like, all right, you hire me to be your guy and tell you what you should do. So I'm telling you this is what you should do, and the answer is no, I'm not going to do that because reasons. What reasons? Don't worry about it. I just want to do this instead. All right. Well, I don't think that's wise for these very specific reasons. This is. I see what you're saying, but these no. We're just gonna do it anyway. Well,
I have facts, and you have reasons. And
thanks for listening. And then it's total train wreck. Now what do we do? Like, well, fire you and just listen to me. I think would solve everybody's problem.
I will say this, Richard, if I came up with a company that was going to make money, Richard Hoare is one of the first guys that I would call to come operate because he is a hell of a manager.
I'll do my best. Thank you, sir.
Jordan is the last person that I would call.
I hate the camera following me. Come on.
I can't get away. Fuck.
I can't get away.
You took a challenge earlier. Like, I'm not doing a good job following, am I? I'm on you like right on rights, my friend. You can't get away.
Apple knows where you are at all times.
Hey, Scott, did you come with us? Were you part of Branson?
No, I was kicked out before Branson.
I honestly, I felt like, and Richard, you might think the same thing. I felt like Branson was the smoothest running show ever because someone did not show up.
Yeah, that would be me.
No. It was not you.
That entire show got delegated out to us. It was like
it's basically me, Richard, Harvard, and another guy. The four of us were the only people that showed up, and I think it ran pretty smooth without certain other people involved.
It was hilarious. Yeah, I will say I would agree with that. Like it was such an easy load in for us. Like it was such
Yeah.
a breeze. Like we
Everything
got
worked.
everything done early. Like I took pictures of the backstage setup because it was one of those shows where like the cables were perfectly laced all the way down backstage and taped clean. There was no rush. There was no clusterfuck of an assembly. It was
Well,
perfect.
and see that's the issue. That's the issue with sometimes when the boss was there, was that he would help, and a lot of times that would not be really a help. It would be more of a nuisance because we like, oh, this cable's not working, and he would leave that cable there instead of marking it that it's not working, and then run a different cable. But then you get the cable that wasn't working, throw it back into the batch of good stuff, and later down the road when you go on a different show, it's still not working because it was not labeled or pulled from the list or pulled from the case and stuff like that. But I think with the boss guy not working, not there, just leaving us four to be working at the time. I remember we loaded in quick. We got done. We had the evening off that we went to go dinner, and I remember coming back to the room and we played Super Troopers and drank beers while watching on the screen inside the venue.
Yeah, like, you guys want to do a sound check? Sure. You want to do it with this movie? All right.
Let's check the video colors and quality on the screens real quick. Play Super Troopers.
You got your sales, you got your operations, and that was a good example of what happens when sales just goes the fuck home and stays out of operations.
Yeah.
Like all the technicians just do what we were there to do, and it was no drama. There was no running around, people pleasing. It was just like we got the job done, and at the end of the day, I think everybody was happy. Thank you.
That's a certain sound
So,
cue.
all that to say is have hope. You know,
I will honestly say we had some great shows, and
we did.
There were some good shows.
We worked together good. We all worked together good.
The ultimate thing, and it doesn't matter who's producing a show, if you have the synergy, you will do a great show.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know, Burke and I do a great show every week. We have synergy. We don't argue. We just sit here and talk. And it's a great show. We have over 1,000 listeners every week.
I don't know why, but okay.
I don't
know. If you've got that dynamic working, and then you add some skills to that dynamic, there's nothing you can't do.
Skills? Man, we ain't got no skills.
Yeah, we ain't got no skills, man.
That's better than what Showtech show when we had Richard's mom watching.
That's true.
Well, if
we only had close family members watching this.
If you guys ever want to start the Showtech show again as a podcast, give me a call.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
I mean,
definitely.
I loved the Showtech show. It was good. It was great.
That's great. Yeah, that's great. And I'd like to get Harvin involved as well. You know, I know that he's not available tonight to be a part of this, but I think we could work with him to get involved with this as well. And,
who the hell's Harvin?
He's our Asian friend.
God, what?
Because those people are really good with technical stuff.
I've had a few bunch of these. He's our master drapist. What are you talking about? He knows how to lay that drape so good and please the clients.
Stop digging the hole. Oh shit.
It was cool. He came into the group from, like, I think Scott's niece met him at a bar. Like he was tending bar or something, and it was like, "Hey, why don't you come work this gig?" And so he came along as a stagehand.
And he opened up his asshole, and the next thing you know,
I'm not familiar with the details of the arrangement, but
you're telling me that he's stopped it. You're just like opening that can of whoop ass on that.
Okay.
You got to go that way. And the guy's not here to defend himself. And I bet if he was here, he would have a lot to say and stuff like that.
Listen, I love all the guys that we worked with. They were fun. We had a good time. Yeah. On that note,
Yeah, I need a break. I don't know about y'all, but I need a break.
on
Hopefully, I
that
need to
note,
start spinning down probably myself. I don't know how long you guys need to go.
I do believe we just lost
Yeah,
Jordan.
we lost Jordan, so that might be.
He went away.
Play him
Yeah,
out,
that's-
keyboard cat.
That's kind of telling me that this segment's over. All right, guys. I will talk at you later. Thank you, Richard, for coming on the show.
Nice
Always
meeting
a
you.
pleasure, sir. Nice to meet you, Burke. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and please come back. We do this every Tuesday. Come have fun with us.
Yeah.
On that note, we're out of here, people. We will
Yeah.
see you in a second.